So today, guys, in this video, we're going to be talking about Cher, we're going to be talking about Kourtney, Janae, Aiko, and Kourtney. Alright? So Cher, she's this American singer, really popular in the 60s, and she's considered the goddess of pop. And that's very telling they call her the goddess of pop because the third character, as you can see, Janae, she is associated with all of this, in quotations, goddess energy and this positive, persona that she's trying to put on. Connects Cher to one of her other characters because it's the same energy going on, literally. So next is Kourtney. Kourtney is from the Kardashian family. Go check out my video about her sister that I recently did. And Janae, she is a singer. I found this to be really funny. It says that she was known as the B2K member, Little Fizz cousin, but they're not actually related. They love to do these little family things, but not actually be related. They do this to, one, get people familiar to the face that they're going to try to push later. So they shown her when she was younger to get people used to that face. And so when she comes out, it's like, oh, she was with B2K and all of them, etc., And this also shows is that basically these motherfuckers don't have real families. They're just playing fucking house, That's what that really shows. It's kind of like some invert shit, playing house with people you're not related to. That's something that they like to do a lot. She's the youngest character involved in this. And it's funny how Kourtney and Cher are both born in May. And here's another thing with the family and the industry thing. Her dad is Benzino, but no one knew that until later. So I know it's hard to see the side-by-sides of all of them together because it's hard, but I'm putting this in the very beginning because their eyes are all the exact same, as you guys can see. So on top is Cher's eyes, and next is Kourtney's eyes, then there's Kourtney's eyes, and then there's Janae's eyes, okay? Alright, so the main two people I'm going to be talking about in this video is Kourtney and Cher. They look exactly alike, identical, and there's so much mockery with this. So this is the best side-by-side I made of them. Of course, she has a butterfly on her top, and as you can see, they look so much alike, especially in these two side-by-sides. And one thing all these characters share in common is the long black hair with the middle part. Even though Janae doesn't keep that all the time, nor does Kourtney keep that all the time, but that is something that they all wore at one point in time. And it really shows how much they look alike. Usually with some of these characters, what I've noticed is that they like to keep certain attributes, okay? Whether it's personality, whether it's physical, whether it's, they like to keep something going. And one, that's kind of for mockery, and two is because it's an obsession for a certain trait that the character that they made have, So let's get into some gematria. So Koi and Janae's last name have the same gematria in the full reduction cipher, and have 27 in the English ordinal and 27 in the reverse full reduction. Kourtney and Janae Aiko both have 78 and 87 in the English ordinal and the reverse ordinal. Then they both have 42 in the full reduction and in the reverse full reduction cipher. And then Kardashian and Sherilyn, which is Cher's real name, both have 41 in the full reduction and the reverse full reduction cipher. And then Larray and Cher, this one's crazy. It has 25 in the same cipher and it has 74 in the same cipher. They're all connected. And here's another wild connection. So one thing I've noticed is that they all share German as a common mix in their ethnicity, okay? And even though that's all fake, but the fact that they have to point out that little detail with all of them just really connects all of this. So first is Cher. She has German in her. Next is the Kardashians. Kourtney is a Kardashian, so they have German in them. And then Janae, her dad, he's half German, okay? He's mixed with that, which makes her mixed with that too also. And then we have Kourtney, she's Puerto Rican, German, African American, etc. Okay. Common thing that three of them have in common Two of them are Armenian, which is Cher and Kourtney. Armenia is in the continent Asia. Janae Aiko, she is Japanese descent, which is in the Asia continent. Okay, so they're all pretty much from the same continent. Their ethnicity comes from the same continent, except for Coilera's because she's Puerto Rican. So, as you can see, Japan falls into the Asia continent. All right, and I'm not gonna go too far into Janae Aiko and Carla Ray, but if you want to see an in-depth explanation of them two being the same, go check out Conscious X video. He did a really great breakdown, massive amount of connections of them being the same. Here's a few connections I found on my own, which are pure mockery. So Janae dropped a book called Two Fish, all right? And Koi, her name's Koi, Coileray, but it's spelled with a C on purpose because that's how it would have the same gematria as Cher, and that's how it have the same gematria as Janae. You know, they spell things on purpose so it can link up in gematria at the end of the day. All right? And as we know, koi fish is associated sometimes with the yin and yang tattoo. Two fish, okay? As the yin and yang. And that's what's going on here. This is pure mockery. And to make this even more mockery, because she could have had them both going in the same direction, but instead they're not. They're going in the opposite direction as of yin and yang, okay? And one has flowers and one doesn't. So it's like one is black and one's red, or one's black and one's white, you know? So that's pure mockery. And here she go. She says just keep swimming, Koi. Like, just keep swimming from Dory, you know? And it's weird that she's named after a fish. So what this makes me realize is that this character, and a lot of these characters are only created for mockery purposes. Her name's Koi, you know, the mockery with that. And I'm not sure if Janae has a yin yang tattoo on her or any type of fish tattoo on her, but that would just be pure mockery if she did. So right here, look at her hand. And I'm going to show you guys Kourtney's hand too, these manly ass hands they have. One thing I noticed about Koi is that she takes a lot of pictures barely wearing clothes. I'm going to show you guys some of those pictures. I had to scratch it out, of course, because YouTube is very sensitive about that. But purposely shows herself half naked all the time with this manly ass body on purpose. And for people to be fans of this person is actually disgusting. She's literally saying, fuck you, I'm deceiving you, and I'm blatantly showing you I'm a fucking dude, but you still comparing yourself to me. You're still defending me when people attack me for being a guy. And you're still lusting over me, for all the guys that lust over that, or all the girls that lust over that. This is obviously a fucking dude. And I said the same thing about Kylie fucking Jenner. It's an obvious fucking dude, but they're getting kicks out of people liking this. They're getting kicked out of that guy lusting over this and saving the pictures and liking it. They're getting kicks out of that girl saying, man, I have a Coileray body. They're getting kicks out of people defending them. So as you can see from that manly ass hand, that's a dude. And she purposely did this edit because that red cup looks orange now, and orange is associated with masonry, equals 33. And of course on her shirt she's wearing 23. And she's just a scripted character. Here is Kourtney's hands. She has manly ass hands too. And on the low, she's doing the horns. And since we're talking about manly shit, I'm just gonna keep showing you guys more manly shit. Like right here is Megan Fox and Kim. I do not see the hype with Megan Fox. She looks like an absolute dude to me, honestly. They both do. That's probably why they did this little photo shoot together. And of course they have the apple, like the forbidden apple, etc. And this is not hot. They're just trying to make your subconscious mind okay with gay shit that goes on. Because girl on girl is not hot. Guy on guy is not hot. None of that's hot, but they're trying to push as if that's hot so it can be buried in your subconscious mind so you can become desensitized to it the next time you see it. And then when you see someone calling it out, you're going to try to defend the shit. That's why they're putting it in your mind and you're constantly seeing it. Girl on girl is not hot. I don't know how many times I need to reiterate that. People think that's hot, and the same people that think that's hot think guy on guy is the G word, you know? So don't be biased. Both is wrong, both is, you know. So here we go. This is what I'm talking about with them being a fucking man. And this is why they want a lot of real girls to wear wigs. Nothing's wrong with wigs when you do the install correctly, but a lot of times, a lot of people are not doing those installs correctly. So you got your wig all the way down on your forehead. It's not your natural hairline. So the distance between your eyebrows and your hairline is way shorter than it should be, so you look like a guy. That's why calling girls out and teasing them about having a big forehead is a thing. Hey, a girl having a big forehead attractive again. These low ass foreheads on girls is not it. That's the number one way to spot a motherfucking invert. That's not it. That's not real. A girl should have a distance from her eyebrows and her hairline. It should not be that fucking close like she a goddamn dude. As you see on this one, it's super fucking close. And then here we go. The nose to mouth ratio, that's very far apart. You want to know why? Because it's the same ratio as a guy. A guy has more spacing between his nose and his mouth simply because he has to grow a beard right there, okay? If a girl has that spacing, then you already know. Okay, you already know. You already know what's going on. Alright, and here's that body that I'm talking about. This is Cordae's body. And look at her manly ass hands. Zoom in on her hands. This is a big fuck you. So to anybody that's going to try to come on this fucking video and defend her, you're literally delusional. Because this person saying, fuck you, I can show everybody in the world that I'm a goddamn man and they're not going to do shit about it. So anyone that tries to defend her, you're delusional as much as people that think that she's actually fine. You have been desensitized so much that you are just being programmed to defend someone that doesn't give a fuck about you. Okay, this is obviously a fucking guy. And her partner, Pressure, that has to be the most confusing shit ever. I didn't know if Koi was the boy and she was the girl. I'm so confused. And I still think that Pressure's a girl. I don't understand how people can say that is a man that looks like a straight up female. But you want to know why people think that, you know, that's a female and why people get confused when she say that's a guy? It's because it's a big fuck you again. It's saying, haha, we're fucking deceiving you and she's actually a girl, but we're going to tell you it's a guy and you can't do shit about it. And she's actually a guy and she's pretending to be a girl and you can't do a goddamn thing about it. That's what this all is. This picture right here is literally saying that to you. So this right here is double speak to the max. She said, basically this video, I'm going to show this video at the end, and she was talking about how her mom said she should just like marry a rich man, etc. And she said, and I said, Mom, I am a rich man. And the reason why this is double speak, because this can mean, like, some women see this as empowering, feminists see this as empowering, like, oh, she's not relying on no man, yay, da da da. But it's double speak of her actually being a man. She is a man, okay? That's the bottom line here. It wasn't no feminist power type shit. She's not speaking to cater towards that group who got empowerment off of that. That's not what she's speaking towards. She is literally showing that she is a goddamn man. Like, she's admitting it and it went past everyone's fucking head. And this connects all the characters of how they look so fucking manly, how they do manly shit. Case in point, Janae Aiko, how she dressed up as Tupac. That's manly shit. That's like fucking, that's like Rihanna dressing up as Ghana. That's like Nicki Minaj dressing up as the female Wheezy. That's like Aaliyah sagging her pants. They're all letting you know that they're goddamn men, alright? So stop being fucking blind. And here we go, deception at its finest. She's literally doing the one eye with the hat. I mean, this is absolutely involved. And there's pink, white, and blue going on. The hat's pink, case is blue, and the shirt's white. And then I love doing this. When I go to their Instagrams, look at the pin. I don't know how to explain it, but the cover photo of any video, any post, because you have to pick that when you post, like what you want the cover photo to be. So when I'm like doing this little research or whatever, I look through their pages and I see, oh, well, look at this. This is not going to show up in a video. If you was to click play on this video, him doing that wouldn't show up clearly. It would go away fast. But they purposely put it as the pinned photo because they know average people are not even going to notice it. They're literally saying, fuck you. This is it again. That's what they're doing. He threw it up mighty hard. Like, he's just throwing up the horns really hard. And here we go. Down below, she's wearing a goddamn tux. And it looks like a demon or something's in the background. I don't know what that is, but it looks like a demon or something's in the background. So, and here we go, Nicki Minaj. Go check out my Nicki Minaj video. So, Nicki Minaj and Coi were together. They did a music video together. They're really trying to push Coi away. They're trying to make her a big artist. Why? Is because it's time for a new generation of artists. A new generation that started as of like 2020, I think. And they're trying to put out all these new artists. So, of course, there's pink, white, and blue going on in this. And song together. And Nicki Minaj's hairstyle is fucking stupid. Even Coi Leram's hairstyle is weird because they're trying to push the pedophilic thing with people. As you can see, she has little... People call them knockers. I'm not sure what everyone calls them. In her hair. And then she has like the up hairstyle, like the, you know, like a kid hairstyle, you know. And they're doing this on purpose. They love to do these kid looks and shit. Nicki Minaj did that a lot. When I was younger, I used to see Nicki Minaj on TV. I used to be like, oh my gosh, she's so colorful, da da da. And it's on purpose because they're trying to cater towards kids, you know. That's what they're trying to do. So Cher and Nicki Minaj had beef, very telling, because one of Cher's characters is Coi Leray. So right here, Drake and Janae both had a song together. The song is super old. It's called From Time. And in the song, he said, you a flower child, beautiful child. I'm in your zone, looking like you came from the 70s on your own. Okay, so this is all a reference to Janae. Because during this time, she was wearing a flower headbands, peace sign, all of that stuff. Cher helped build that, okay? Cher was the face of the groovy type of styles, the hippie movement type of look. She was the face of all of that. She helped promote that. So it's funny that later her newer character is promoting that, and Drake does mockery by saying, you look like you came from the 70s on your own, which doesn't make sense because then he has to be referring to time travel because no one can come from something on their own, you know. The list goes on for how many meanings there is with every line, every word that they say. Okay, and here we go. Cher being the 70s hippie, the 60s hippie, because 60s is where it started, 70s is where it was going on, and it kind of stopped. So as you see, that's her. And then here's Janae. Oh my gosh, she has a fish tattoo. I knew she had a fish tattoo. Of course. But anyway. And this is... They're going to keep deceiving you, thinking this means keep the peace together. It does not fucking mean that. Please stop thinking that these woke people are onto something. They are deceiving you and they're lying to you, okay? This does not mean keep the peace together. And a peace sign does not mean separate the peace, okay? Sign, that's a symbol, a gesture of a broken cross, okay? The correct symbol of the peace sign, because when you do your hands like the peace sign, that's just a hand gesture, okay? But the actual symbol of the peace sign is a broken cross, okay? And this little gesture right here, and her fingers are very long, and of course she's in front of a brick wall, very involved, very manly. I know she tries to deceive y'all like she's just a girl, but she's not. She's literally a dude. Anyway, this keep it together, that bullshit that they're doing, this hand gesture that she's doing, Jesus does the same one on his pictures, the Baphomet in his thing. So it's not about keeping no fucking peace together, okay? Let's get that straight. That's not what the fuck that means, all right? And she's built like a guy so badly in this. Like, she looks so much like a guy. And her neck is very huge, as you can see. But the main point with this picture is that she dressed up like she was in the 70s, okay? And she had the afro. But I bet you if she would have straightened her hair in the middle part, Cher. 100% Cher. Okay, and here's Cher again right here. She looks so much like Kourtney. And here's a side-by-side of Janae and Cher. And Janae did this music video with Big Sean. And it kind of took place in like the 70s or the 60s, late 60s. Mainly the 70s. And that's the inspired look. It's very telling. I can find pictures of Cher looking to the side with bangs and Janae looking to the side, and she did the bangs and everything. And right here, no one cannot deny to me that Kourtney and Janae do not look alike. They look exactly alike. These two characters are very much the same. I think the only two differences with these two characters is their ethnicity. That's the only difference, is the ethnicity. That's it. They look so much alike, literally. And here we go. A front picture. This is not one of my best side-by-sides, but if I would have used that picture where she had the afro, Janae's face literally looks exactly like Kourtney's face in that. Here's Cher with a cat. And of course she's with a cat. And when Janae came out, she used to wear cat ears all the time. These flowery cat ears. And then she has a cat with her. And here go her again with a cat. This is all mockery. There's too many connections with this. And here go Kourtney. And she's holding a cat. So right here, Saweetie is with Janae. And make sure you guys go check out my Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Is Saweetie. And this looks exactly like Janae right here. Kourtney and Janae look exactly alike. And so does Cher and Kourtney. And here's Kim doing more mockery. Kim keeps dressing up as the characters that play her sisters. Okay? Complete mockery. In my last video, she used a Frida filter. And Kylie is Frida. So it's just pure mockery. She keeps dressing up as who her sisters is. So make sure you guys go check out that video. They look so much alike. And here's Kourtney, young Kourtney, with Kendall. And Kendall looks like a goddamn little boy. And here's a side-by-side again of them. And of course she's doing the pyramid hand gesture. She looks so much like Janae right here. It's so insane. This is fucking disgusting. Like, I don't know how this is goals for some people, but this is absolutely the most inverted, disgusting shit ever. This wedding had so much symbolism. It was crazy. A lot of you guys were sending me this and wanted me to break down the symbolism with this wedding. There's so much. First off, all the red roses. Red roses signify death. That's why at funerals a lot of times they're giving red roses. Someone could be dying within, whether it's the characters involved with them, whether it's Travis, whether it's her family, you know, anyone. It could be Cher, it could be Janae, it could be anybody. It's a lot of death going on with this shit, you know. And the candles too. This was a really like dark, gothic, deadly like wedding. And the red floor, a lot of people wearing red shoes. It's really weird. And a lot of the angle, and the main person pushed is Mother Mary with this. And I bet there was some gematria with that, but she's the main one pushed for this wedding. And as you see, they're purposely standing like this because it makes a triangle between the three of them. That's why they're purposely standing like this. And here we go again. They're making another triangle. And Kourtney does so much symbolism, guys. I was so shocked at how much symbolism she does on her Instagram. There was so much, but I did screenshot a few to show you guys. Right here, she's doing one eye symbolism. Then she's doing the gun symbolism right here. And look at her shirt. There's so much weird shit on her shirt. Then she posted this, and she said, "Week in the life." And the emojis that she's using is very telling. And the emojis that she's using, she has a orange heart. Orange is associated with masonry because it equals 33. And then she has the yin and yang. And in the beginning of this video, I talked about the yin and yang symbol, how koi fish are used a lot when people are getting like drawings of the yin and yang or getting tattoos of the yin and yang. And of course on the door it says 69. It's like 6ix9ine's name. They love that one because that also represents yin and yang too. They tried to cover it up and say, yeah, for this position, but that's a big cover up for the duality. All right, and go check out my mosaic checkerboard floor video where I break that down. They use duality with everything that they do, whether they choose to do the right thing, aka the white thing, or the bad thing, aka the black thing, deceive you and all that, following under the black, and white being them trying to be relatable or helpful or any of that. They love to do the yin and yang with a lot of things that they do, okay? And here we go, her. She looks so much like them. She's a big mixture of all of them. They just all look alike to me. This is a picture of her younger self. And one thing I've noticed, Janae does this and Kourtney does this a lot. And there's other celebrities that do this. But in this group of characters, these two characters do it a lot. They're constantly posting their younger selves. And when I think about how much they posted, it comes off as if they're trying to prove something. Like they were younger. No regular person needs to post their younger self that fucking much, you know? Who likes to look back all the time in life? Like, look forward in your life. Like, who's always trying to post their old self over and over again? Either you're a person that's obsessed with your past, or you just have something to prove as if you were a real person, okay? And it's coming off as if they have something to prove. And it's always the same pictures, like, they're always reposting the same pictures of themselves. Nothing new, you know? In this background, she has the animal print, and then she's wearing the animal print. The reason why they promoted animal print is not because of the beta kitty thing. That's all damage control. All that shit that was made by those people with the websites. I'm glad I know what I know now because it all makes sense. Everything is context. It's not literal. The reason why they wear animal print and they've got us to wear animal print, you know, you see girls wearing the leopard or the cheetah print, called the Vans or the flats or anything, you know, headbands, whatever. It's because it promotes acting like an animal. That's what it is. That's the bottom line. Is that if we see it so much, we'll act like animals. We'll get that nature. It'll be buried in our subconscious mind. You ever have a dream about animals randomly? Like animals you don't even think about. Like you'll just have a dream about. And it's because you probably just done seen something. You probably done seen so many animal, like say you're a person that don't watch no animal shows or anything, but you look at celebrities 24/7. Like you look at her with this goddamn animal print jacket on, you're going to subconsciously start thinking of that animal, all right? And then you're going to get that in your subconscious mind, okay? And then you'll have dreams about an animal attack or some shit, you know? That's just how the subconscious mind works. They dress to promote. They're just promotional things. They're propaganda. When you realize that it's all just to sell, and promote, and program. Sell, promote, and program. That's what this is all about. It finally makes sense. That's what it's about. They're just trying to sell to you. They're trying to promote to you. And they're trying to program you. Bottom line. That's what this is. And they're programming you to act like animals, and a lot of people do act like animals, you know? And right here, Cher's husband, I think this is, He's wearing animal print along with doing the 6. He's doing it really clean. That's 6 right there. He's doing it really clean, letting you know he involved as fuck. And he's wearing animal print. And that's why they have a lot of people wearing leather, this like gator boots and stuff like that. You know, like animal skin on boots, animal skin on goddamn belts, animal skin on, you know, and you get this, you'll adapt that negative energy there. Why in the fuck are you skinning a goddamn animal for clothing? You know, that's some fucked up shit. Imagine if someone was skinning you for clothing. That's fucked up, you know? So, he's doing the 6. And it's all promotional. They want you to get it. They want you to go and get the skinned animal clothing and everything. You know, it's all promotional. And here we go. Sky reference in the back. And they're both wearing black and red checkerboard. So yeah, guys. Cher, Kourtney, Janae, Cordae, all 4 of these characters are the exact same, and many more, because there's probably a lot more people involved in this group of characters. All these characters are the same. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate all of you.
To me, you know, sweetheart, one day you should settle down and marry a rich man. And I said, Mom, I am a rich man.